Welcome to my vlog. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Brian, and my story is I am on an 8-week journey goal, one of many that is going to come up to get back in shape. My history is I used to be an Ironman, 12-time Ironman, made it to Kona, qualified for a few world championships. In 2014, stopped doing all that, got fat, out of shape. I gained a lot of weight and lost close to 50 pounds. And now I'm on a journey to get back into shape because I am very out of shape. So I am on week 7 now. This is the beginning of week 7. And I record every single day of what happened and how I felt. So here is week number 7. At the end of this, I'll give a recap of how the week went. Tuesday ride done. I worked out at LA Fitness. I finally went there. I weighed in this morning at 193 pounds, which is about a pound down or so from where I normally are. And it's definitely muscle loss. I looked on one of my apps and it kind of had my muscle down a pound. So I forced myself, headed out at lunchtime, did a workout at LA Fitness, did both legs and upper body this time. I definitely could tell my legs needed it because I did lunges and I didn't even use weights on the lunges. And as I was leaving LA Fitness, I had to run across the road to get to the car. There was traffic. And all of a sudden my legs, oh, whoa. And it was just, man. And then I got back and it's pretty windy out today, which is, fine. I've said I like the wind. And, it's gray and dreary, the stuff like that. And it's so easy to just say, look, I'm not going to do the ride today. I worked out. I went to LA Fitness. But I pushed myself out on the bike. Was not easy, I got to tell you, and did the ride. And the way I got out was I just said to myself, okay, Brian, just do a nice, easy ride. Don't overdo it. Try to, smell the roses, that sort of thing. So that's what I did. My great wattage, too. It's like 188 watts, nice and easy. Lowest heart rate I've had in a long time. And feeling pretty good. But glad it's done. It's a grind. It is a grind, man. So my hamstrings are a little sore. But anyway, all done, said and done. Got the run done. What's there to say? Legs are feeling stronger. It's hard to get out the door. It's really interesting. You got an hour run. You don't think it's that long. You think if you went for an hour walk, it's easy. But you really have to push yourself to do that hour run. Then I like doing an out and back. When I do circles or it turns out that the out and back is closed for some reason, it's not an enjoyable run because I have to continuously try to figure out at what point is the turnaround and all that sort of stuff. And I like to have an out and back because, there's no way to get back other than home. And if you don't do an out and back, sometimes you can cheat it. Heart rate, not bad. The run's getting better. And I'm just glad I'm done. The rides don't get any easier. I'm going to sound like a broken record. I had to push myself out the door. Good thing is a little cooler here, like about 18 degrees, but it's sunny, and even 18 degrees isn't that bad. You put on a little bit of a sweater. Got out, started riding. My wattage is really high. Ever since I put on that watts thing, I'm like, man, just seems odd. So I actually stopped and I looked at my wattage and went to the app, and it's like, maybe my weight's too low or too high or something. And sure enough, it was fine. It said 88 kg. I'm like, I ride, I stop again, ChatGPT, what is 193 pounds? It's 87.5. Okay, that's right. I guess this is right. And as I'm riding, I really enjoy the pain, of my thighs and into the wind. It was pretty windy and I could have went even harder, but I'm trying to keep my heart rate at the 130. Weight-wise, as I mentioned, this morning it was like 192.8. And since I've gotten to Newport Beach a month ago, I guess it's not even a month yet, I've lost, I think, about 3 or 4 pounds. Partly because I'm eating a little bit less. I think part of it is the exercise. Another part could be maybe the body sees summer and it's letting go of some of the winter fat. I'm not sure. The other side is the one thing about now that I'm here and I've done these rides over and over again, it's starting to feel like the rides aren't as long as they were before. It's like anything. If you've been in a car ride and you go somewhere for the very first time and you're looking around, everything seems like it takes forever. Yet on the ride back, it goes a lot faster. So in cycling, what I find, or running, when I know the trail and I'm going constantly, it seems to go a little bit faster. That was the ride. I'm glad I'm done, but good spirits, pushing the grind, man, just grinding it out. Another push out the door for my run. Friday run, Newport Beach. Been doing every Friday on Newport Beach. I'm so tired. Again, I had to push myself out the door. Started strong though. I was at about a 6:30 pace. I was shocked and I thought, man, maybe I've turned the corner, man. I was looking on AI the other night and I was like, how come my bike riding's getting good, my heart rate's good, my speed's good on the bike, making breakthroughs, but it's not like that on my run. And the feedback from the chatter was, that it takes a while on your run. You've got tendons and ligaments and your hips and all this stuff need to adjust. And it could take an additional 4 to 8 weeks for the run to come around. Yet here I was like at a 6:30 pace. I'm like, oh, wow, this is going to be great. And then about 25 minutes into it, it's like, oh, my heart rate's going up. I need to slow down. I start slogging. At the end of the run, I finished off at about a 7-minute pace, which is still one of my better runs. I had a bit of a scare. For me to get to Newport Beach, I have to take a ferry from Balboa Island across. It's really easy, really fast. Costs $2 to get there, $2 to get back. Me being the nice guy that I am, I put the money into a plastic bag so it's not all sweaty when I give it to the guys. So I ran with my shirt off. I finished the run. I figured, well, I'm going to put my shirt on to get onto the ferry. I forgot I had the money in my hand. I take the shirt off. I dropped the money. I didn't even realize. So as I'm getting close to the ferry, I'm like, where's my money? And then I'm like, oh man, I don't have money. How am I going to get back? And then I figured, hey buddy, go back and look, take a look. And I was like, yeah. So I go back. Sure enough, I find my little baggie that I have the money in, and I got back safely. I'm whooped. I'm tired, but it is what it is. I figured I finished my Friday. Onward and upward. Whew, I think that's 2 hours and 50 minutes or whatever. It's hard to tell because it almost turned into an epic ride. I'll get into that this morning. Get up, have some toast, took my Manjaro. Always concerned about the Manjaro because does it stop the glycogen from getting to my legs or restoring? That's a whole different story. Pushed myself out the door, and this time though I decided, you know what, I'm going to try my Element Bolt and put in the map and try it again and see if it can work. So I put in the route that I wanted to do, and it was going to be like a near 3-hour ride and a loop and all this sort of stuff. And so I start, going, and it says to go this way, and I'm pretty sure it should be that way, but I go this way. Then it's telling me here, 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 here. I'm like totally lost. I'm like, man, why isn't there a map on this thing? I'm stopping constantly. I'm ChatGPTing. Can I get a map on it? It says you can get a map on it. So then I'm playing with it, get a map on it. Now I realize I put the wrong map in, that the route I wanted to go had a similar name. So I put that. I realized, well, I got to stop where I'm going now, put in the right route. So I put in the right route. Now I'm already 25 minutes into this ride. So I go on the right route, I'm still getting lost. Then I find out that, I can put a map on it. So I put the map on it, and then the map is not 100%, and it says where I should turn left. and I'm lost again, and I'm like, oh man, this is so frustrating. I stop again. I stopped the app because I'm like, you know what? This was like a 70-kilometer ride I'm supposed to do. I'm already was way off, so it'd be like 100 kilometers. I figured, you know what? I better just stop and put my Google map on and get my butt home. So I do that. And had I not, this would be just one of those epic rides. One of the things was funny on the ride, I'm going on a trail and there's this young kid on a bike, a little, not little, but anyway, he says something to me and I'm just riding. I'm just going to keep going. I go, okay, I'll stop. I'll talk to this kid. I don't know what he's asking. So I stop and he's yelling and I can't hear him. So I go closer, and he says to me, he says, you know, mister, is it okay if an 11-year-old rides on these trails in a mountain bike? And I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, no, you're good. And then after I started riding, I was like, you know what? I don't think I've met an 11-year-old in a long time. Like, that's the one age you hear someone will say, oh, he's 10, or say, oh, he's 12. But that 11 is kind of right in that zone. So I'm thinking, hey, I must have lucked out today. I got the bit of a unicorn, the 11-year-old. I guess the parents let him out on his own. Then they don't usually do that till they're 12. Anyway, I'm spent. My legs are really sore. Feels like the old days when I would do like a 6-7 hour ride. And I'm just, you know, but I wanted to get home. I think it's about just before 1, and I want to enjoy Southern California. Got her done, even though I sound like I might be in good spirits. I'm pretty spent. Hour 26. I did not want to do that run. Oh, my Achilles are so sore, or one of them, the left one. And just getting out of bed, walking to the bathroom is hard. I woke up this morning at 7 o'clock. Okay, let's get this run done. It's an hour and 26, and I'm like, man, I am so sore, so beat up. I can't even walk down the hallway to make a coffee, let alone go for a run. Anyway, my eyes are so salty. I got out. I pushed myself. I'll tell you, I'm so sore that I couldn't even get my heart rate over 120 if I tried. I just sloshed it through. Finished it. I did it for the mental state, and I figured this is week 7. I gotta get her done, but man, knees are sore. This was a really tough run. I'm so glad I got it over with. Week number 7 in the record books. It was the longest week out of the entire amount. I'm going to go through the pros and cons of how I felt this week. Physically, I am in rough shape on my Achilles. I can hardly run. Everything's a shuffle. When I wake up in the morning, I'm shuffling from my bed to wherever, getting ready, making the coffee. It takes at least an hour for it to warm up. It's on the left side. This week was especially tough for pushing myself out the door. It was really, really hard. Every workout, I had to push myself out the door. I keep asking myself, is it possible at 60 years old, can I get back into any sort of reasonable shape? In my mind's eye, I'm wanting to get back into the shape that I was in my late 40s. I know it can be done. I see other guys doing it. I just question, can I do it? Is my body still capable of doing it? Why do I want to do it? That's another tough one. Next week is week 8, which is the final week of my training. And I've been thinking, what am I going to be doing for the next goal? I have been thinking, though, too, I do need to have a recovery week. So I'll probably work out every 3rd day. If you look at how training works and recovery as you get older, and I do know this to be certain, is I don't want to lose my fitness. So the rule of thumb is don't go more than 3 days without working out. So if I did a run or a bike on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, by Thursday, I need to do it again, or else I'll lose something. But if I can do it on the Thursday, I won't lose anything. I won't gain anything, but I won't lose anything. On the pro side, there has been pros. Physically, I am running without stopping, which is a big deal to keep my heart rate low. I'm doing that. My biking has gotten much better. My wattage is off the chain. I don't know how it's so high. I thought and think my wattage thing is off, but apparently it's still on. I'm starting to have a respectable time on the run. Like I said, at least I'm not stopping. On the run, I have had a glimmer of hope in around the 6:30 pace, at least for at least a kilometer or two. In the last 3 months, I looked at the stats. I've done 1,320 kilometers of swim, bike, run. Prior 3 months, it was 400 kilometers. So I've had over a 200% increase in terms of the amount of working out I've been doing or training. My heart rate variability has really increased, went from 27 ms to 61, 62 average ms. I've seen it as high as 70. That's a sign that I'm getting better. My VO2 max is better. It's in more of the above average range now, according to my Apple Watch. I am losing weight. I'm down 2 or 3 pounds since I've gotten to Southern California, and that's without compromising what I'm eating. I'm still eating around 22 to 2,700 calories a day. It would be less than that if I got away from ice cream and beer. I have been going out to restaurants. We do want to enjoy ourselves beyond just working out and training. So we've been going to restaurants, having a few beers there. We've been going to sightseeing. We went to the Queen Mary. Recommendation, do not go there. Do not spend the money. It's basically a hotel rooms and there's not much else to look at. And it's going to cost you with parking for 2 people about $115. We did go to a great restaurant, found it on Valentine's Day, just haphazardly, called the Bullpen. Old school 1940s, people dressed in the uniforms, just awesome. Highly recommend if you're here, a steakhouse. I'm filming this on Monday, which is a rest day. As you can see, it's raining out the next few days. It's not to be such great weather, so it'll be interesting to see how the training goes in some miserable weather. Although at the end of the day, come on, man, even if it's 18 Celsius or 15 Celsius, and I look into Toronto and it's minus 12, hey, I'll take this every day. Next week will be the final end of my journey, 8 weeks. I'm thinking, what is going to be my next challenge? What am I going to do? More weight training? Is it going to be more swimming? Do I sign up for a race? I don't know. Still thinking about it. And I keep thinking, why the heck am I doing this? It's not easy. I'm shuffling around like an old man. When I'm at a restaurant or something, I'm sure people don't look at it and go, geez, he's in shape and he's just, recovering from his runs. I keep thinking, they probably think I'm like an old man shuffling when I have to go to the washroom. This week upcoming is week 8. If you like the way I'm doing the format of the vlogs, I had changed it from daily to doing a 1-week update. Let me know. If you preferred it happening as I went along, let me know. I'm very curious to get feedback. Week 8 coming up, onward and upward.